Hi everyone, it's the 27th of July, I think. It was supposed to be a mild breeze, possible outbreaks of rain, but it's blowing right out, and it's not very nice, to be honest. It keeps raining on and off, so I've come down to dig some spuds up because they're starting to look a bit, you know, like well, there's a bit of just dye back, and you never know, some of it looks a bit dodgy, so I'll get some of them out. You know, because it's had nothing but like hunting warnings for weeks now, so I've not been able to spray them properly, so it's inevitable they're going to get it. I'll probably just slowed it down a little bit. I came down, when was it, probably about 4 or 5 days ago, had a bit of a harvest. Just took a couple of courgettes, the rest of the peas, took the peas out, some runner beans, some blueberries. Had probably about 3.5 kilo of blueberries I picked. Some more ready if I get round to picking them today, which I've got to try and do, otherwise this wind will just knock them all off. Didn't bother mowing the grass or cutting it. I've just basically put weed killer on all the grass areas because it was calm the other day, which is quite a funny thing, to be honest, because I've just come over before and I've seen an elderly chap. He's kind of been on here, you know, every so many years he'll come on and then he'll go off, he'll disappear for a year. I've just seen him putting weed killer on his plot. His plot's surrounded by some other plots, which are really good plots. So he's not really thought about this wind carrying the weed killer. So if it's got on any of the other people's plot, I really feel sorry for him. You know, if you're going to put weed killer down, at least be a bit considerate, and fine if you want to catch your own crop, which is a risk, but just be careful. You know, you don't have to go mental spraying. You just keep your spray nozzle right low to the ground, but do it when it's calm. You know, it's super still. If you see any missed spray at all, leave it. It's not worth it because you could lose everything and you could harm someone else's plot and you'd end up falling out with neighbours then. So, and plus then people, you know, they're newcomers, so they might, you know, come down and see all the crop dying and end up, that could be the end of them doing allotments. You know, all you needed to do is just leave it for today. Christ, it's supposed to settle down a bit tomorrow. Right, anyway, that's enough waffle and moaning and that. So I'm going to put some more peas in. I put these other two in, these first two, but it started chucking down rain, so I thought I'll hang fire a minute. They're the world's patchiest peas. I wasn't going to bother, but I thought I'll shove them in. There's quite a lot of weeds mixed amongst them because it's my own compost, you know, they didn't hot rot. So I thought I'll shove them in, and if they come to something, then great. You know, I've probably had, altogether, I've kind of finished cropping all my peas. Yeah, pretty much all my peas are all cropped now. I've had somewhere in the region of about 6.5, 7 kilo of peas, which is all right, like. So that's whatever that is, about £13 of peas. So it's not been too bad, you know, because I've had this long net, little one over there, and the extra ones at home. So I thought I'll get another second run, and if they come to something, great. If they don't, it's composting it, you know, at the end of the day. So. Right, so I'll get on with these other two here, provided doesn't pour it down, and I'm not going to video a lot of stuff today, just a bit of dig spuds, and whatever I dig out, I'll do a bit of reveal, you know. I mean, there's not many potato reveals, it's just, you know, some are good, some are bad, you know, you just don't know what you're going to get. So we'll get on before the next downpour starts. Well, that's about as good of sort of angle as I can get you know, because I don't want the pea netting might keep knocking it out of focus, I don't know. So this is just like, they call it square gutter. You can use round gutter, any gutter will do. Deep flow will be good because you get, you know, probably a lot more compost in that, a bit more root growing. So there's plenty of weeds in it as well. And what I've been doing is, because they've been really patchy, I've just been going in, you know, once a week and just pushing a few extra peas in, so they're all different heights. I've just put, you can put stop ends on. I just put a bit of tape over the ends and leave the bottom open just so any excess water can run out. Ideally could do with like more root growth. I mean, that end bit hasn't really got much root growth in it, apart from weed growth probably, but you need to really soak them with water before you're going to put them out. It just helps the compost come out, and it doesn't always go to plan, you know, but Don't be too scared. It's just basically keeping it at quite an upright angle and giving it a shunt to start it, and just keep it upright. And then just, you know, because I made a little gully first of all, and that's to let them sit in. And that's all you do really. Then you go along the side and sort of just firm the soil around it, give them a water, and they're on their own really. Ideally I'd do this when they're probably like 3 or 4 inch high, quite, you know, upright, but there's some of these are, you know, all over the place. But I'll just put a bit of string on them to hide, you know, tie them back, and if they catch on and grow, then fine. So I'll get the other one, do one at the end here. Should be just enough, but it'll have to be because I've got no more started. But it's no fun, this wind. Just sort of finding time. I'm down to whatever time I can grab at the minute to actually do anything. You know, because those of you who watched my last video will know all about Jack. Yeah, he's still there. A bit reluctant, like, you know, to go out when it's windy like this. He don't want to go out. I can't blame him really. At least one of us has got some sense. But yeah, he's still with us. So it's you know, with having him out, I've got to keep an eye on him because he's still young, and so then when he goes away for a couple of hours in the afternoon, I just sort of get a bit of time to do stuff. So I'll just firm them in and then give them a water, and then they're on their own really then, and we'll just see what comes of them. I'd like to have got these in probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, to be honest, you know, because it's, but they are sort of a June sowing, so they should be all right. The variety's Hearst Green Shaft. So I'll finish these off and then we'll do some spuds then. Right, peas are all in, watered. So the idea is try and get the tops off predominantly these spuds. They're all second earlies. Some of them probably could do with a little bit longer, but you know, sometimes you got to go, well, that's enough, because some of the tops are starting to look a bit, you know, there's die back, but there's some that are like really not too good. So instead of like risking any sort of rot down the stem, you just take the haulms off and clear them, make sure there's no potatoes poking out, and they'll keep in the ground okay, provided it's not too wet, you know, it's not full of slugs. Because I got a lot of slug holes last year. I mean, they did knacker a lot of my crop up last year, to be honest, slugs. So far everything's been quite good, well, really good, to be honest. Potato wise, I've had quite a lot, you know, pots and you know, out of the Duke of Yorks. The Jazzes have been good. I've still not dug any more of them up, so I've got the rest of that row, full row of Charlottes. It does look a bit like either excessively bruised or they have got some sort of blight beginning. It's starting to rain. It's not ideal digging them out when it's raining, but I'm going to get as much as I can out today anyway. The Orla can stay. It does have some blight resistance, but not a lot. So that's their main crop. They do need it a little bit longer. So I think they've had about 15 weeks, something like that. So I don't know whether you can hear me because it's really getting gusty now. But I'll leave them and I'll look back at them in a week, you know, whether to spray them again or not, because obviously if I can clear some potatoes out of the way, I can get in and spray them a bit better rather than try and spray a full patch. So I'm not going to video like cutting the tops off and digging them all up. I'll just sort of dig out whatever I can, and we'll have a look at them after, whether it's here or back at home, I don't know yet. Depends what the weather does and now I am for time. So I've got to get back to sort of sort tea and all that sort of stuff out. So right, I'll get on. It's starting to spit with rain, so I think I'll have a drink first and let this rain clear off. I ended up deciding to cut the tops off all these, you know, the Jazzes, the Charlottes and the Maris pears. So there's just the 2 rows of Orla left, which are the main croppers. There's a few spuds been poking out the side. And to be honest, some of the Maris pears that are poking out the side are a decent size. You know, they've gone green, so they've gone in compost heap. So I thought I'd have a rest, a can of pop, and then I'll basically try and dig them all up if I can. Because if I leave them in soil, I mean, yeah, you could do with leaving them in soil if you want to skin up a little bit, but slugs will get at them, and you know, I don't know. In previous years I've learned that if I leave them in the ground too long, they just get holy and more damage. So I'll just get them out now, and I'll clean them off when I get home, and then sack them really. You know, because they will store for a while. Second croppers will store for a while. You know, and if you're careful with them and they get a decent skin on them, they'll store for quite a long time, to be honest. I mean, I've had the Maris pears store October, November. You know, the Charlottes I don't know because they're usually gone. You know, because we do eat a lot of potatoes in our house. I mean, there's not that many left, and I've already dug this row up here, this Dukey Oaks. You know, there's probably half a bucket left of them. Jazzies, there's not so many of them because they've been going down a treat because they're really good for a potato salad or just for a little new potato. You know, they're great for that. Charlottes, no idea how big they are. There could be loads of small ones, but there could be loads of big ones, so I just don't know. I might leave the camera rolling while I dig these up and just speed it all up. I don't know. Depends how much battery life I've got left in my camera. I've actually remembered it today. So I'll finish my can of pop and then try and get these out as quick as I can, really. You know, because I've not got long left, for about an hour and a half, and I've got to haul everything back over to the van. Now, I've no sacks with me, so I've just got big tubs and wheelbarrow and a few buckets, so I'll just have to fill up everything and ram it all in the van, get home, and then deal with them later on or tomorrow. You know, depending on what I've got to get done when I get back home. Right, so we shall crack on with this labour-intensive job. But I don't know, there's a bit of a sad thing about it. When you start clearing the area and you've nothing else to put in, it starts sort of like, you know, reflecting on that it's, you know, the end of the season isn't that far away. You know, this would be a good time if you had leeks and things to put them in, but the way my ground is here, I just can't. You know, unless if this was a big no-dig bed, I just can't really put. If I put anything in here over winter, it just doesn't do well at all. It's a shame. You know, because I mean, it's a big area of ground, this. I mean, what I've got clear here is probably, what, 8 foot by 21 foot, you know. That could be a massive late season brassica area, but they just wouldn't deal with it, you know. Over time, I don't know, I might, you know, depends how many years I'm going to be here for. You know, now that the site's filling up, I might end up being here long term. I just don't know. I just take each year as it comes as regarding what I'm going to do. But yeah, it would be nice. But like I say, it's a bit of a travel from home, so you know, if I can get a good yield of spuds out of here, the other beds, you know, they're going for probably, you know, 7 months a year, most of them. And some things I'll keep, you know, over winter, but usually sometimes by the time I get down like January, February, they've been absolutely battered, you know, and they don't do well. I just can't get down here often enough, you know, so I might as well keep the, you know, for like next year, anything I'm going to do late season, I think I'm going to do it in the back garden because it's there, you know, right at the back door, and I can kind of shut this down for the winter months then and do any bits of work that need doing, because I still need to sort this fence out yet. So, but that's just going to happen whenever it happens, to be honest. I've got to go back to work soon. Right, so we shall crack on. Right, that's it. I'm done for today. So here's the result. So I've got the bag of Jazzies, tub of Charlottes, and then the Maris pears. I will weigh them, and if I've not put it on already, I'll put the weights of what they were. few courgettes, a few green beans, the cobra and blueberries underneath them. I've picked off just the sort of most ripest blueberries. Just don't need picking again in a few days, but we'll have a quick look around while we're here. Obviously, blueberry bushes, you know, there's still quite a few on them. I say they're not going to do as well as they've done in previous years. There's a lot of spindly branches that are bending, so I need to, you know, try and get the shape back on them again. The Cobra Beans, you know, they're still struggling even though they're in a bit more of a sheltered spot here, getting blown about. So I'm picking the beans off pretty much even small, just to try and put more power into the plant, you know, to get more foliage out and get more wrapped around them. And you always miss a few, but it's like you miss a bean, you come back in a few days and it's like a baseball bat, you know. So I think I need to rethink about beans, maybe just grow them at home, find somewhere a bit sheltered. But you know, they're a bit thin that, but I've got dwarf French beans at home as well, so they're ready for picking. Mum's sweet peas, the Hilda's mix, they're doing okay. Sunflowers, probably do with putting another support on them actually. They're starting to get a bud on them now, but they'll not get massive. Like I said, I don't do anything special for them, I just sort of put them in a pot and then just shove them in there. There's nothing done to the soil or anything like that. Last time I was here I sort of weeded the asparagus bed because it was a bit of a mess. You know, there is a few more that have come up to be honest, but I don't think they'll come to much. There's not much life going to go back down into the ground from that, but we'll leave it be for the moment. So there's the raw peas that are flapping about in the wind. So hopefully on a calm day they'll come up right a bit, and when I've got a bit more time I'll try and tie them back. So it's had a very quick brief bash about that. I'll sort that out another day and put a cover over it, I think, or put some field beans or a green manure or something like that on it. Onions, like I say, there's a few of them, you know, they're starting to topple, so they just need to hurry up and topple. Hopefully by next week the bulk of them will be toppled, then I can start knocking the neck over myself then, because I need to get them out. I'm getting a warning about my battery running low, so I have to make it quick. Courgettes, they're doing alright. Celery, sort of weeded that, I need to sort the bottoms out of it to blanch them. They're the dwarf French beans I sowed direct, they've come through bar one. The pumpkin and the Turk's turban over there. Brassicas, found a big caterpillar in there before, so that got squished. But they're all standing. There's one a bit slow there, but you know, it's not too happy. So I'm not bothered if I lose. If it's not perked up in a couple of weeks, I'll shove something else in its place. These are cauliflowers. There's 3 here that aren't doing so well for some reason. Just leave them be. Like I said, they're a late crop, and just I get what I get off them. Swede still seems to be standing. The sweet corn, bit rusty, but that'll have to do. Right, that's it. So I'm near enough out of power. So thanks for watching. Take care, and there'll be an update from the garden probably coming up soon. So take care. See you next time. Bye.